Like, let a man take care of you. And not because you can't, but it's because you deserve it. Girls, sit down. Like, I love that man so much. Your husband. If I see a man in the street, I'm like, help each other, you know? It was like my heart like softened. Hi, welcome back to SOMOS a podcast, episode 3. I'm really excited about today's episode and I hope that you enjoy. And we're going to be talking about marriage, and it was actually really cute. I was asking Eddie, I was like, Eddie, what should I talk about? Like, I have so many like different topics and stuff that I want to get into, but he suggested marriage and like how married life has been. And yeah, so I kind of want to take you back to when Eddie asked my hand in marriage, and then kind of going into married life and what that's like and what it's been like. I got married June 28, 2025, which is so crazy. So we've been married for almost a year now. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Literally 1 year ago today, or like this weekend, would have been my bachelorette. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to actually go and finish editing that vlog, and I'll probably post it because it was such a fun time. And it was so cute too because my cousin, who was my maid of honor, she like planned everything in secret, and then like all the girls also did so much and like so good and like planning it and like surprising. And one of my favorite things that we did was we did a yoga class in like outside, and they played like worship music and also like aventura and reggaeton, like literally all my favorite vibes. So it was so nice and the weather was perfect. But yeah, I want to go back to Miami now. Anyway, so that happened 1 year ago, and then Eddie and I got married in June. So yeah, take you back to 2024, summer of 2024. So obviously Eddie and I have been dating since 2018. So December 11, 2018, Eddie and I have been in a relationship, which is like the cutest thing. And I want to have him on so that we can talk about like our relationship, when we met, and like things like that. Or maybe I'll just talk about it by myself one day. But anyway, so we met in 2018, and I get like so giddy whenever I talk about Eddie. Like, I just get like so excited. Like, I literally just love that man so much. So 2018, we start dating, and I just knew literally since the moment I met him that like this was my man. Like, I had never felt the way that I felt about Eddie ever with anyone else. Like, he was like my home and my peace. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was just a feeling that I had never felt with anybody else. Like, it was just so comfortable, so natural. Like, my best friend since like the moment we met. And yeah, I love that man so much. So we dated for like 6 years, and then he was gonna propose the summer of 2024. I didn't know that this was happening, and we can have like a full thing about the engagement on another like story time. But he proposed. And then after he proposed, which he proposed on July 26, 2024. I love dates. Like, I love dates. Like, I will remember the most tedious dates ever. Like, we started dating December 11, 2018. Like, I met him on October 13, 2020 or 2018. Like, I will remember every single little date that's like impactful. I don't know. Okay, so he proposed, and I obviously said yes. July 26, 2024. Then my parents were like, oh my gosh, like his family needs to come like ask my hand in marriage, which it's a very traditional thing. And in Mexico, we call it like, or like, I guess in Spanish, it's pedirme la mano. So like his family was going to come and like ask for my hand in marriage. I always thought that it was before you were engaged, but it's actually after, which I don't know. I feel like it's also the American and the Mexican traditions kind of blending, because obviously like we live in the United States. So like there's so much like American tradition that we go by. And then also like our Mexican roots and traditions that we also do. So I feel like it's a very like Mexican American like combo, which I don't know. I love. It's so cute. And I always say that like we have like the best of both worlds. Like we have so much. I just love I just feel so blessed that we have like two different cultures that we can like basically live life through and like have totally different perspectives on things. And like, yeah, anyways, yes, so we're so blessed to have two different perspectives and cultures. But basically, Eddie went to my parents like sometime in 2024 and was like, hey, I want to ask for y'all's blessing to be able to propose to Angelita, and like if it's okay for us to get married and everything. And so like my parents literally love Eddie so much, and they're like, what, Eddie, did you think we were gonna say no? Like, of course. And like he said that they got emotional, so it was like super sweet. And like my heart, like he did it whenever I was working, I guess, I don't know. He proposes, and then my mom was like, he needs to ask for your hand in marriage. So cute. My mom had been actually like dreaming of this day since I was like a little teeny tiny girl. Like literally since she knew I was a girl, she was like, cuando vengan a pedirle la mano, this is what we're gonna do, and da da da. Like she, you know, so many people dream of their wedding or certain milestones for like themselves, and then also imagine like for your kids. And this was one of those things that my mom was like so excited about for me and for her to experience. So she invites all of his family. His parents, or like my family, invites Eddie's family, his parents, all his siblings, and like their significant others. And then my siblings, my parents, were gonna be like at my parents' house and like hosting them. And we had like this long table. My mom like prepared the food, and everyone was like, you know, dressed nicely. I had like a cute little white dress, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, it was so cute. I come downstairs and my mom like grabs me and she was like, I have been dreaming of this moment for so long. Like it just, I love her so much. She's so cute. So we like go downstairs, and basically the encounter and like the exchange of conversations is his parents ask my parents like, you know, we are here to ask for Angelita's hand in marriage, and we would love for like her to marry our son. And then they say like qualities that they admire of their son, of maybe me, of like why they think that it would be like a good relationship and stuff. So I don't know why I'm doing it like hypothetically when it actually happened. So like they basically asked like, Eddie wants to marry Angelita, like we would like to be a family, and it was so cute. So they say their things, and then my parents reply and they're like, yes, we would like for Eddie to like, you know, for them to get married. Thank you for respecting our family and for like coming here and doing all of this. My parents are like thanking them, and then also like saying qualities that they admire about Eddie, what they admire about me. And then also my parents were like, you know, Angelita doesn't love to wash the dishes. She has attitude sometimes, like da 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 da. So like it was like silly, but also like very honest, like just so that you know, like this is what you're getting into. And actually Eddie's mom is so cute. She was like, oh, it's okay. Eddie knows and likes to wash dishes. Like it's fine. Like they'll be fine. And like he does, like he's literally the best husband. So, you know, we do that. And then it was so cute because then our siblings start saying things, and I felt so loved that day, and part of me wishes I had like a camera and vlogged or like just recorded some of it, but then also a part of me is like very grateful that I just have the memory and like the intimacy of it, because it was so pure and I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't expect like his siblings or anybody to say anything and like my siblings to say anything, but it was really sweet. And his siblings said like the kindest things, and they were like, yeah, like we've never seen Eddie be so what's it called, or somebody match Eddie's energy so much, because Eddie is like woo, like always like so like litty, and like he's like the like joy and like energy of his family. And they're like, we never saw anybody kind of match Eddie's vibe like that, because you know sometimes he can be lit and like energetic. So they're like, you know, they're grateful for that we like match each other's energy. And then my brother, he was so cute. He was like, you know, Eddie, I'm really grateful for you because I am Mimi's older brother, and I always had to protect her, and I've always been like the one that is like has my eye out for her and like just like making sure that she's okay. And now I'm really glad and grateful that I can like hand that protective like energy and like a baton over to you. So please protect her and like take care of her and stuff. And I just thought that was so sweet. And I think that most of my brothers feel that way. Probably all of them actually, because it's only me and I have four brothers, and all of them are so protective of me and so kind and sweet and all the things. So, and like guys, like I'm hyping it up a little bit too much. Like of course, like they bully me too, and they're so much like regular brother vibes. But at the end of the day, they're very protective and sweet of me. And like if I need anything, they will always show up for me. So that's like when his family came, they asked my hand in marriage. It was so sweet. And then, oh my gosh, Eddie said the sweetest things, and he like stands up and he was like, well, thank you everyone so much. Like we come here to ask like your hand in marriage for like us to get married and everything. Also, it's kind of hard because most of this stuff was said in Spanish. So, but I'm saying it in English. So there's some things that I feel like don't translate. But anyways, Eddie stands up and he's like, thank you everyone for being here. I'm so grateful for like our families to unite and like for us to get married. And he was, no, like, why am I going to cry actually? I love him so much. He was like, I knew since like the moment we met that I wanted to marry you. And I remember like early in our relationship, I would imagine you pregnant and wait, no, I'm going to cry. Not expect myself to get so emotional, but basically he was like, I would imagine you pregnant and just like expecting and just so many beautiful things, and I imagine you being my wife already. And you know, we had just been dating a few months. Like I needed to like calm down. Like we were barely starting college. He's like, so to basically, or to get into this like marriage and like unity is, it's just been such a special ride. And like he also said that I'm so beautiful and so smart and like all these other like really nice things that I feel silly repeating, but like he did say that, like he really did. Anyways, okay, that actually like got me so emotional. And then he like spoke about his family and his parents. Like he had a really sweet moment with his mom. And then like I was like actually just laughing the whole time because I get so nervous. And I'm just like, I just love you so much. And I just like keep laughing, like how I'm laughing right now. And I just like am giggling. And guys, the emotion of getting engaged, like I didn't know I would ever feel like that. Like it was the most happiest feeling I've ever felt my whole life. Like I just didn't know. And I'm sure that one day, like when I'm a mommy and like when I'm a mommy and like okay, anyways, when I'm a mom and like all these things, like I know that, you know, they say that your love grows so much. Like I can't only imagine like when that happens, but I have never felt so much love. And it was like love that I felt from Eddie, but also like love from like our Father and like God. Like, wow, God, thank you so much for providing such a good man who has healed so many things in my heart that I've been so nervous about, or like so just, I don't know, like since the beginning with Eddie, I had so many like insecurities, and like I was a very like independent, strong girl. Like, do not break down my walls because I don't need a man. I don't need you. Like I'm actually so good by myself, and like I'm totally fine. Like I'm fine. Like I don't need anybody. And it was always that energy. And then I met Eddie and we just like became such good and like best friends. Like he was just so kind, so respectful, like didn't pushed me in the right ways, like respected me in all the correct ways. Like he was just like perfect for me. And I know that like nobody is perfect, but Eddie is perfect for me. And he's just so kind. And I love that man so much. So when he proposed to me, I was like, wow. And then having him like come and ask my hand in marriage, like so many moments that he respected me and my family and like our morals and our culture and just so many things that really, I don't know. I feel so much love, and I feel so grateful to God for providing that for me. I will say that being the only girl, like I have four brothers and it's just me, and I grew up just always being like very strong. And like I was saying, like, I don't need a man. Like, get away from me. Like, I'm fine. I'm strong. And like, I would literally, like, with my brothers, like, my dad always says that the first thing, like, they would just say something like silly. And I would be like, what did you say? Like, I was that, like, mean little, like, feisty girl. Like, that was me. And like, girl, if you test me, it can come out still. But I'm a lot calmer. Like, I think better now. But it just like came out of wanting to like prove that I was good enough and like, I didn't need a man and that I was like better and I was equal to like all these men and stuff. And like in our culture, like Mexican culture, I feel like there's a lot of like machismo and then even like the traditional rules of like women stay inside, the men go outside, the this and then that. So like so many different elements of it. And for a long time, I was resentful towards that narrative and like that like feeling of having to be like, oh, like I have to wake up early. I have to make them breakfast. Because I would like do that with my mom for my siblings, or like for my brothers, I guess, and my dad. And I would be like annoyed. Like I was like an annoyed girl. And like we would have to do all this laundry for like all these men. And I was just like, oh, like I just created like such a, like that just like kind of like feeling in myself. And when I met Eddie, I had such a like fear of having a man that was like machista. And he literally like without even saying it and like being like, no, I'm not machista. Like he would just show me. One day, I remember, I don't even know if we were dating. Maybe we were dating for like a week. Like literally this was like very new. And no, I don't think we were dating because this was like during posada season. And I feel like we would have posadas. Oh, maybe we had been dating because we started dating the December 11th. Okay, it actually doesn't matter. But basically we were very new. And we had just finished eating. And he was like retirando los platos, like cleaning up the table. And I like got up, like I was like, he got up before me. He starts like picking up the plates. And I was like, oh, it's okay. He goes, no, it's okay. Like there's no machismo here. Picks up the plates and like goes, throws it in the trash. And that's such a very small, little, teeny tiny thing in comparison to like so many other, I don't know, examples. But that to me was like my heart like softened just a little bit. I was like, oh wow, like that wasn't like that big of a deal. And if you know, like, there's certain like families and men that like expect to be served, expect like certain things. So for Eddie to do like something so simple and just be like, no, it's okay. And like threw the trash away. And I was like, oh, wow, that was like so kind of him. And he did it in a very like humble, just like sweet way. And so I was like, okay, like noted. And there's so many things like that Eddie would do that like actually softened my heart so much. And now entering marriage and entering this like new phase and kind of growing more in my faith and understanding like, gender roles and like, being a wife is and like what being a good husband is and just like understanding that more, it's made me really appreciate the femininity of just being like calm and like it's okay to like let a man take care of you, and not because you can't, but it's because you deserve it. Girls, sit down, like allow for them to like take care of you. And I don't know, I just like love that. So I feel like in my relationship, that's been the most that I've grown to understand and to have like respect for. And then going back to like where I started, like the love from our Father, I feel so much love from God because he has given me a man who he knew was perfect for me. And he knew that through his actions, I would soften my heart and understand that as a lady, like I do deserve to rest and I do deserve to like be inside and appreciate the nature and just like, calm myself down. Like I actually don't need to be fighting anybody. Like it's okay to like chill, and not because I can't, and not because just simply not because I can't, because I can, girl. Like I can prove anything that I want to, but at the end of the day, like Eddie has shown me and he has accepted God's grace of being a good husband and being a good man that serves out of love. So yeah, I just feel so grateful to God for that. And it's really transformed my heart Like I mentioned in one of my other podcasts, is I moved to Madrid and like independence and all these things, which were so good for me and like where I wanted to go. And even with like my allergy, just so many things that I wanted to go and achieve. And like, girl, I'm still like go and like achieving things, but like God has shown me through these like true lessons that I deserve to be home and I deserve to be with my husband and I deserve to be here, and not even deserve, but like that's where he needs me, because he knows that this is where my peace is. Like he knows that my peace is being with, obviously with God, but like being with Eddie too. My brain has just like seriously transformed in that, like in such a positive way. And I feel like sometimes when I talk about my relationship, it's like, okay, Mimi, like we get it. You have the perfect man, because like I do, like I really do have such a beautiful relationship. But I will say, and I think it's important to say, that every relationship has its things. Like every relationship has to work through their things. Communication, like I know everybody says that communication is the key and like like it actually is. And it's not about just communicating and talking about, I think the mundane things are important, but also like opening your heart and being vulnerable and being like, hey, this is really hurting my heart. But sometimes it's such a simple thing of, hey, I want you to ask me this question, or hey, I want you to, I don't know, that's not a good example, but basically like certain like little things that I know you're not intentionally hurting me and hurting my heart, because I know that you're good, but I need to be vulnerable right now and tell you that I need this right now. Like I need you to do this for me, or I need this. And then them opening up and being like, oh, this is how I'm feeling too. And I will say that I thought I was so vulnerable. I thought that I was like the best communicator, Boy, then I meet Eddie and I'm like, oh, we're taking vulnerability to a whole new level, because what do you mean? Like, I have to tell you about like my heart and like things that I'm struggling with. And, there's certain things, especially like, we live a life before we meet our person, or like some people meet them even young, but we're living life, like individual life. So having to be vulnerable and like really open up our hearts so that they have context of what we're going through, and then also being like, this is how I need you to support me, please. And then also, how can I support you? So just like sandwiching it that way of like, or not sandwiching, but like basically saying like, this is what I need. How can I support you? And like, how can we support each other? How can we help each other, So yeah, but anyways, so that's like one thing I wanted to say, that every relationship has its own things. And then two is, if you haven't met your person yet, I like my biggest recommendation or like advice or anything is just do the best thing for yourself right now. And you will find your person then. Like, what will make you a better person? And what is the best decision for you right now? And that will help you to get to your person, because and like, if you want a relationship, right? In terms of like bettering yourself and like seeking the Father, like our, like God, and being like, hey, like having a relationship with him and just like being vulnerable, like saying everything that you need, and then also making the best decision for yourself right now. And I think that is something that I really learned with my allergy, like how I was saying last week. I need to make the best decision for myself right now. And I have agency over that decision. And maybe I wanted, or like I had envisioned myself to like live abroad for like a whole year and like maybe stay over there and stuff. But like the best decision for me right now, for my well-being, is to like go back home. To like be with my people, be with Eddie. Everything leads you exactly where you're meant to be. And making the best decision for yourself right now is going to help you get to your person, your dream, like career, life, like any type of goal that you have. Like the best decision today is setting you up for that future connection. And I know so many people that have met their person, like one, totally unexpected, and two, it's because they made the best decision for themselves in that moment. Like one of my friends, she literally met her husband at the gym, and she was like, I wasn't even gonna go to the gym. I decided, you know what? And she like happened to go. It was a time that she rarely ever goes at, and it just like happened to me. She happened to meet her man that she's now getting married to that day. And so just make the best decision for yourself. And even me, like our story of I wasn't going to be where I met Eddie at. I was going to be in Texas, like in a whole other state. And then, things change and it was like literally destiny saying like, you need to marry this man. No, it was God saying that he wanted me to meet Eddie. And I think that if I wouldn't have been there, like Eddie and I would have met, like that we're tied in so many different ways. Like we'll be talking and I'll be like, wait, you were there? Like, oh my gosh, you know this person. Da, 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 da. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's really it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope that you liked this. Oh, another thing that I wanted to say about marriage and just like, what I've learned so much is how God gives us the grace to serve and serving in a joyful way. Because if I'm like joyfully serving Eddie, Eddie's going to in turn serve me too in terms of like a marriage and partnership, not like praise and worship, like we only praise and worship our God. But I feel like I've really learned that so much and like found the joy in like the thing is like it helps both of you. Like I'm gonna make the bed, I'm gonna do our laundry, I'm gonna like make sure our house is clean, I'm gonna prep our meals, and then he's gonna come home and like if there's something that the dishes weren't done or like this or that because I don't love doing the dishes, like he's still gonna like pick up the slack, and then like I see him like needing this, so I'm gonna go over here and like help him with this, and then so it's such a beautiful thing to be in a true partnership and relationship with your husband and seeing how much God really loves us and how through God's love and grace within us, we can love abundantly towards like the people around us. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that this like all made sense. If you have questions or like any comments or anything, please just like leave them down below, or any topics that you want me to talk about, like, or people that you want me to interview, like literally anything, just like please leave it down below or DM me, whatever you want. I hope that you have a super blessed day, and yeah. Okay. Peace and love. SOMOS a podcast episode 3. Okay, peace and love. Ciao, blessings, all the things. Oh, and Eddie, I literally love you so much, and thank you for being the best husband and for like bringing down my walls like to like the perfect amount of point, because I still have a little bit of like towards like the public, because like boy, if I see a man in the street, I'm like okay. Anyways, I love you. Bye.